Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and yes, I am back to the dark side. The color that I had was amazing. My colorist that fixed my hair was phenomenal. So if you are anywhere close, I'll have her information down below. She's also on my Instagram. It was a beautiful color. It just didn't feel like me. Like I needed my dark hair back, and it was fun because I wanted to switch it up. I always get this like itch to change my hair, and then when I do, I'm over it so quickly because I just feel like me with dark hair. So back to the dark side, and today's video is so fun. I'm so excited about it, and it is using all Too Faced products from the Peaches and Cream collection. It is a huge collection and I love it. I got to actually see all of it whenever I was at Too Faced headquarters, and I couldn't use any of it then, and I've just been dying to get my hands on it and actually use the products and show them to you guys. So the eyes are super matte, and the foundation is actually matte, and I typically do not go for matte primers, matte foundations, anything like that. I'm doing this for you guys, and I actually really like it. And the rest of the face products are very luminous. You can tell from, like, I keep looking in the screen because you can see that it makes your skin just beautiful. I love these, and at the end of the tutorial I will do swatches of what I do have. I have the whole range of the foundations, and then I have most of the blushes, I have the bronzers and the highlight, and then I have 3 of the lipsticks. So what I do have, I will swatch for you guys so you can get a better idea of maybe the shade that you would want to pick up in the foundation. But if you'd like to see how I got this full look, then just go ahead and keep on watching. So starting out, we are doing the skin, and I am using the Primed and Peach primer first. This is a cooling and mattifying primer. It definitely does feel cooling whenever applying it to the skin. So I'm just kind of pressing that into my skin and then going in with the just peachy matte foundation. So this is a soft matte in my opinion. It's not too matte to where it's gonna dry down on your face and just feel super stiff. I have dry skin, and I felt like this was still very comfortable, and you can see it has like a really pretty sheen. It's not super dewy or anything like that. It just gives you healthy looking skin, but it's also matte at the same time. It's crazy. And also, if you are wondering about the shade, I will have it in the description box, and the scent on this is very faint. It's just a nice soft peach. So now I'm just going to color correct my under eyes because it's a must. Then I'm using the Born This Way concealer to apply that underneath my eyes, and then I'm also highlighting with this. I'd forgotten how much I love this concealer. It's very lightweight. It doesn't feel heavy at all, so it's perfect for highlighting with. And I'm just setting my eyes with the Born This Way powder. There is a loose matte powder that's in this collection, but I wasn't sure about using that on my under eyes, and I love the Born This Way. It's very finely milled, and it has a nice kind of light reflecting quality to it, so I love using that. And then for the rest of my face, I'm going to use the Peach Blur Finishing Powder. And this is supposed to blur the skin and just diminish the look of fine lines and pores. And I started out with this huge brush, and I felt like it was just depositing a little too much of the product. It's meant to be used very light-handed, so I just switched over to this brush, and I really did enjoy the way it made my skin look. And now onto the eyes. So I'm picking up the shade Peach Meringue first and just kind of dusting that all over my lids as a base, and then I'm mixing the shades Peach Tea and Peach Cobbler and applying that all throughout my crease. This palette smells phenomenal. It smells so good, and all of these shades are so wearable. You can definitely use this for an everyday palette, and then there's also shades in there that you can kind of mix it up and make more dramatic looks as well. So I am a huge fan of this, and all of the shadows in this palette are matte, so we're having a very matte eye. And I'm just applying that all throughout the crease, a little bit heavier on the outer corner because that's kind of the look that we're going for today. And then I'm just taking whatever's left on my brush and sweeping that throughout the crease. I want the crease to be nice and soft, and then I want all of the emphasis and the darkness to be on the outer corner of the eyes. So I'm applying this, and then I'm going to go in with the shade Just Ripe. It's a really beautiful purple shade. The peaches and the purples I feel like just play so well together. So I am taking this and I'm keeping this very concentrated on the outer part of the eye. So I'm really just setting my brush down and just doing kind of wiggling motions with my brush. I'm not sweeping or anything like that because I don't want to disperse it too far. So just kind of wiggle your brush on the outer corner of the eye, and then whenever most of the color is off of the brush, then just sweep it a little bit up into that outer third. And then I'm also deepening it up one more time with chocolate dipped. Kind of just doing the same motions but with a even more precise brush. This is just kind of a little pencil brush. And I'm keeping this closer to the lash line and on that very, very outer edge. You want the inner part of the eye and most of the lid to be very bright in this look, and then all of the definition to be on that very outer edge. So now I'm just going to go in with the first shade that we started out with, Peach Meringue, and I'm going to be applying that all over the lid. And I was really impressed with this shade. A lot of times I feel like these matte kind of creamy shades aren't super pigmented, but this one went on seamlessly. And then off camera I threw on some winged liner, which I think is necessary for this look, and then some lashes, and then we're going to start on the skin. So I'm taking the Sweetie Pie bronzer. This is a very unique bronzer. I feel like it's like a bronzer highlighter, and it also adds some like kind of rosy warmth to your skin. I don't know how to explain it, but it gives you a nice sheen as well, so it's like a glowy bronzer. I'm just bronzing up the skin with that, and then I'm using this blush. This is just Peachy, and this is a cream to powder formula. And I don't use cream blushes often, but this one I love. It gives you such a beautiful kind of rosy sheen to the cheeks. And then I'm also using the cream highlight, and you guys, this was amazing. I decided to do this with my fingers. I feel like I just wanted to try it both ways, and I love the way your heat on your fingers kind of just makes this melt into the skin. It's a very beautiful kind of subtle blush. I mean, it's definitely still glowy, but it just looks more like a glow from within, which I really appreciate as well. I love both, and this is just very soft and pretty. So now I am just taking Peach Cobbler and running that all across the lower lash line because I love to have something on my lower lash line. Then I wanted to deepen up just the very outer edge of my eye. So I am going back in with that kind of purpley shade and only applying this to the very outer part of my eye, just like we did on the lids. And then I just threw on some mascara and it's onto lips. So I am lining my lips with Beeper from ColourPop. And then I'm going to go in with one of the new lipsticks. And you guys, these lipsticks smell so good, and it's such a creamy formula. This is the shade Sunday Funday. It's such a good nude. And then I'm also going to show you guys this melted latex, and this is just the clear one. I've been obsessing with this because you guys know I love a glossy lip. Just adding a little bit right into the center of the lips. And once you do that, your look is complete. So this is the final look. I love this. Too Faced did not disappoint. And I am really impressed with how my skin looks because you guys know I have very dry skin, so I was really nervous about using a matte primer and foundation because usually when I do that, my face just feels so tight and just really, really uncomfortable. And don't get me wrong, this still has a very matte finish to it, the foundation does, but it doesn't feel uncomfortable. And usually matte products really tend to like emphasize the imperfections that I have, and I feel like this doesn't do that. But the standout products I think to me are like the bronzer and the blush and the highlight because they're so luminous. They just make your skin look so incredibly healthy. I am obsessed with those. And of course the shadows are amazing. Too Faced makes amazing shadows. They blended so beautifully, and I feel like matte shadows are always the test, and this whole palette is matte. So that kind of gives you an idea of how amazing they are. So I'm very, very impressed with this. If you guys would like to see more looks with the collection, then let me know down in the comments below. But let's go ahead and get that slide, and I'll show you guys some swatches. And that is it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this, found it helpful. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!